Street Fighter 6 has his first official guest character in Street Fighter 6 from a different company, and that's Terry Bogard. And everybody's going googling and gaga over him, and rightfully so, me included. But let's talk about some other things. Let's talk about, because Taken 6, Taken 8, and City of Wolves, City of Wolves ain't even out yet, but we got to talk about it. Are the other fighting games going to get guest characters? Okay, to start off Street Fighter 6. Yeah, like I said, Terry Bogard and Mai Shirinu, I mess up her last name all the time. They're guest characters, but is that it? Is that the end all of be all for guest characters in Street Fighter 6? Me personally, I think so. I hope so, because they still gotta add the other protagonists from the other Street Fighter 4, 5, 3. Elena's the only Street Fighter 3 character that's on Street Fighter 6 roster that's coming out, and she's not even out yet. So they got a lot of work to do with the character fan favorite characters that's in the Street Fighter universe before they can go with another guest character. But let's say they do another guest character, who should be on there? Should be another from the SNK universe? No, I don't think so. If they really had to push another character from a different company in there, I would say go with the Tekken side. Go with the Namco Bandai, and go with Jin. Go with Jin and go with Zayu. They perfect. They was already in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. They play different from the current cast. They will work wonderfully in Street Fighter 6. Ironically, so those are my two picks for Street Fighter 6 if they go with another guest characters. I hope they don't do any more guest characters, because we're still waiting on Fei Long, Makoto, and Dudley. But that's just my if they had to, those two would be wonderful picks for Street Fighter 6. Now Taken 8. Well, we already saw in Taken 7, Akuma was in Taken 7, and he was really good. Also, Geese Howard, which surprised me, was in Taken 7 too. But if Taken 8, we seen like season, they're still doing the season. Hachi's back, he's alive. I don't know what that's about, but if they had to add a guest character and it was a fighting game from a fighting game company, I would say don't do any more 2D. We're done with 2D. We're done with 2D in a 3D game. You know what I'm saying? It's time to explore the 3D. And I would say go with a Virtual Fighter character. I know. I read Harada's tweet. You know what I'm saying? Harada says, Sega need to worry about Virtual Fighter 6 before I even consider of bringing a character from Virtual Fighters over into Tekken 8. But this is the same man who said,
Heihachi Mishima is completely dead.
Those are his words, not ours. So who knows? But if you don't want to but if you had to, it was like you said, if you had to put somebody from Virtual Fighters in the game, I'd say Akira, of course. But my second pick is going to be surprising. I say Doral. Doral would be perfect in Taken. The reason why Doral would be perfect in Taken, she's like Seth before Seth. You know what I'm saying? She does all the move lists from everybody from Virtual Fighters for the most part. Very fluid, and she will work wonders in Taken 8. Now, if they can't, then now let's say Harada is a man of his word, and he doesn't put a Virtual Fighter. Go with Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive added Virtual Fighter characters into Dead or Alive, and they were godlike. They were S tier. But if you're going to do that, put Dead or Alive, instead of putting Ro Hayabusa, which everybody think that's going to be in there, put in the sister and brother. Put in Kasumi and Hayate. That's what you should put in. Put them in there. I think they will work wonders. They will work wonders in Tekken 8. But you know what? I got another person. I got one more person. And since this will shock everybody, including people that know me and know me for years from various podcasts and my feelings about this game. But you know who will really work in Tekken 8? Rohazuki from Shenmue. He would definitely work in Tekken 8. That would shock everybody, and none would be the wiser. They would be like, why is he in the game? He works perfectly. He will work perfectly in the game. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Harada is Harada, and Harada's going to do what he want to do.
Don't ask me for shit.
And lastly, City of the Wolves. Before Street Fighter or Capcom said that Terry and Mai was going to be in Street Fighter, we was theory crafting if they come out with Fatal Fury or SNK character in the Street Fighter game, it's only fair that Capcom lend them one of their characters. Now, when Terry and Mai was announced, it was like, oh, okay, so we definitely gonna see a guest team in King of Fighters 15. But then City of Wolves was announced on 1v1 instead of 3v3, and I was like, oh, for sure we gonna see a Street Fighter character, maybe one or two in City of the Wolves. City of Wolves is gonna be DLC, maybe DLC season 1. I don't know DLC season 1, but probably DLC season 2. But we're definitely gonna see 2 Street Fighter characters. I know for a fact we're gonna see 2. I don't know which 2. This is the part where we're guessing. A lot of people think it's gonna be Ryu and Chun-Li or Ryu and Ken. No, that's too easy. Me personally, my theory and in my honest, humble opinion, I think we already seen who's gonna be in City of the Wolves, and that's none other than Luke and Jamie. And I know y'all like, Luke and Jamie? Yeah, that was just a teaser. As far as when Terry and Mai was teased in season 2 DLC, who did they roll up on? Mai and Terry rolled up on Luke and Jamie. Luke and Jamie would fit perfectly in City of the Wolves. Perfectly. Even more so than Ryu and Ken. We already know Capcom is pushing Luke like ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? He's like the poster boy for Street Fighter's generation. They said that in Street Fighter 5 when they introduced him in Street Fighter 5. Jamie is perfect. A drunken master in you don't have Choi from King of Fighters in City of Wolves. You put in the drunken master, Jamie, he will work perfectly in City of Wolves. He'll fit that vibe 100%. So I think, in my honest and humble opinion, I think in City of the Wolves, Luke and Jamie is going to be guest characters. And it makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. And there you have it. If you don't agree with me, constructive criticism is always welcome. But just check it out and tell me how you feel. Because I think that's what's going on. This is what's going to happen. And now some of y'all going to be like, what about Mortal Kombat? What about Mortal Kombat?